저녁은 파티가 어울리지. 우리의 저녁 식사는 언제나 파티 같네. 다들 떠들썩하고 언제나 재밌는 이야기가 가득하지.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. I'm Ekamac. This is Let's Play Limbus Company Nocturnal Sweeping. In the last episode, we nearly got swept, but we didn't. How many times are they going to give us out new patches this evening, though? Anyway, I realized last time we can afford the Utus now.
토끼에게 붙을 이름은 없다. 나는 그저 아무것도 아닌 그림자 속 짐승일 뿐이니.
Which means more event currency, thanks. I think I'll throw the rest into some identity training tickets just so I can catch her up. But okay, we have Blink Step. Rolls a max of 9 if target has Rupture coin power, but we have no Rupture building, so it's not going to trigger coin power. If target has a 6 plus Rupture, gain coin power, inflict Rupture count on hit with the second coin. Inflict Rupture count on her counter skill, gain 3 Strider Mao. If we're faster, then gain base power. New combat passive. Facial mutation Mao. I didn't look at what that upgrade actually did, I'm so useless. Reuse this coin at 12 plus speed. Ooh, 12 is quite the number. At 10 plus speed, deal more damage. Add the Rupture count on the first hit and add Rupture count on an unopposed attack. If unit has Strider Mao and target has Deathrite Haste, deal more damage for every Strider Mao. The thing is, you don't have a way to inflict it yet.
저녁은
And give her another uptie because why not? So it gives us a speed boost from 3 to 6 to 4 to 7. Nice. Cursory Butcher Blade. If unit speed is faster than target, deal speed difference Rupture potency on target. If unit speed is faster than target by 2 or more, gain coin power. Strider Mao. 17. So quite nice on the default. Blink Step. 4 plus 3. If target is 4 plus Rupture, coin power plus 1, inflict Rupture. Perforating Kill. If target is 4 plus Rupture, coin power. So this adds base power, so it goes from (9 to 10). Okay, good to know. 9 to 10. This gains a plus 6 in coin power, so it's going to roll a 16. It currently rolls 14. And add her support passive.
일러주신 적은 처리되었습니다. 다음으로 뜀박질할 곳을 알려주시겠습니까?
One night in Honghuan, brightly lit under its artificial light. The child's yellow eyes glimmer menacingly in the shadows as she stares down at the thief. Done running? It was embarrassing to watch. I knew that the Mao branch were supposed to be fast, but this is... Did you really think you could outrun a hare? Foolish. The thief had snatched a rather important shipment as it was en route to the child's lord. She received the command to capture the thief a whole 2 hours after he'd already made off with the shipment, but it took her less than 30 minutes to catch up to him. The back streets of Hongwan teem with a chaotic jumble of buildings, but to a Heisho like herself, who roamed its alleys nightly and fought in every corner of the district, it was easy to anticipate the thief's escape route. I see that animal worm is still intact. There was a long and fat worm-like creature writhing in the thief's palm. It was a truly hideous thing, its surface slick and its body wriggling in an unnatural and unpleasant motion. But that wasn't the worst of it. The worst of it was its face. Its features are arranged like those of a human face, yet its sallow flesh hangs loose, its hollow eyes staring into the distant void. A monstrosity. Yet the thief was holding this hideous thing as if it were the most precious thing in the world. I must cut off your head here and now for stealing an Amma worm made from a noble one. People from different regions like the west or the south might wonder what the purpose of this curious monstrosity might be. But an Amna worm wasn't like any other grub. Anyone can gain the memories of the person who was used to make the grub by inserting it into their body. 1 second. And even once they have been mutated into this worm-like form, they are counted as people, not tools. This particular anima worm, held in the thief's palms, was created of someone of high prestige in Hongwan with deep knowledge of the secrets of the family. Various familial secrets of the Lord were preserved within it in the form of memory. Oh dear. I think that's actually what they're planning on doing to the 2 severed heads that they've picked up. So letting a hostile candidate from a rival family obtain this Amna worm would be amount to giving them a significant intelligence advantage. Explain what motivated you to steal the worm. Despite the thief's grave crimes, the child decided to ask what drove him to steal the worm. Not out of pity, of course. She was simply carrying out the will of her lord. Perhaps the thief saw the slimmest chance for life through the child's cold words. He dropped to his knees and began to share a tearful tale of his own. I only needed some money, that's all. One of the other families approached me first, offering me enough riches to live the rest of my life without concern as long as I brought this to them. Please, I have no choice but to accept the offer. My mother is very sick, and with her old age... You lie. Do you take me, a beast of the Heisho pack, for a fool? Your sickened old mother died 3 years ago. How do you already know so much about me? Now, the truth. My lord has given you a way out of this hole you've dug yourself into. But know that the path is extremely narrow. Should you lie any further... The thief hesitated for a long time, sensing that he was likely walking on very thin ice. I was tired and scared of waiting for the restructuring days to come. They might tumble down a hole I could never come back from. The buildings with Hongwan shift after every set interval. The process is called restructuring, the redistribution of living spaces based on each individual's net worth. The poor are fated to live in their ever-shrinking homes, feeling unsafe where they should feel the safest. It is unfortunate, yes, but to the child, a beast of the Heisho pack, it mattered very little. So it was greed after all. If that's all there was to it, then we have nothing more to discuss. Take a single step, or if I see signs of a heels transforming, I'm inserting the random worm into my ear. You must have a death wish. Those memories aren't for the faint of heart. Besides... Wait, stop! No, we've talked enough. The sword hanging from the child's back began to shimmer with a sinister glow. The glyphs were inscribed onto the sword using Q-Core's technology. They activate and bestow power when a specific trigger is met. And for this mission, the condition was the animal worm refusing her lord's mercy. The child unsheathes her sword, and her feet begin to crack and mutate into a hare's reverse-jointed legs. She prepares to rush towards the thief. At this point, he realizes that his efforts were most likely for nothing. But as a last-ditch effort, he leaped backward and... damn it! Hurriedly shoved the animal worm into his ear. Ugh. You can try inserting the amno worm into your body, but I can get it back fully intact as long as you cut you down immediately. You seem to have missed that part. The child, who leaped forward in an explosive burst of speed, had killed the thief before he even had a chance to let out his final cry. Normally, if one lingers too much after inserting the animal worm into their body, the grub would assimilate with the host, unable to be removed until the conditions prescribed upon its creation are met. But the child managed to retrieve it without so much trouble by killing the thief before the assimilation began. My next mission. The night is yet young for the child. There were more missions for her on the horizon. To live in Hongwan is to be mired in constant vortex of dark conspiracies and battles. And as a beast of Heishopak, the child would have no rest and continue to hop between mission after mission bestowed upon her by her lord. We don't have enough to get the full uptie, but let's... Okay, that gives us that gives us coin power for speed bonus, and reduces the conditional for the coin reuse. Unit speed is faster than the target by 3 or more, gain coin power. Okay, nice. On unopposed attack, inflict rupture count, and gain haste on hit next turn 2 times per turn. So she's a bit needier than Ryoshu is. Curse-Rip Butcher Blade. If we're faster than the target, gain coin power for every speed difference to a maximum of 2. If target has 15 rupture, gain coin power, gain Strider Mal. Reuse on hit. So at 10 speed reuse the coin, and on hit inflict Deathrite Haste. Partial Heisho Mutation. If this unit's speed is faster than the target, gain base power and inflict rupture count. Not enough to be worth it, but we can put her in the very back row if needed. Except this is the Gloom team again, damn it! Alliance. Things weren't looking any better. I could instinctively tell that they were different from anyone or anything we'd faced in Hongwan so far. I don't suppose our lord left them alive only for us to slay them. Then perhaps it would be apt that I introduce myself, as it's common courtesy to do so. Call me Zigong. I'm but a humble student of my lord, Master Q's teachings. My lord, Master Q? Q? Somehow I was reminded of the discussion King Tao refused to finish. For when the far one comes, betwixt the burnt doors shall a star fall astray. As for the song, it's a song that's become rather popular in the back streets in the recent months. This is not the place to discuss such matters. I'll share the tale in a more appropriate setting here later, should we come across it. Name's Dante, I'm their manager. I decided to speak up, struggling through the pressure. I instinctively knew that we had to find out as much as I could about that man from earlier. They introduced themselves as Manager Dante. I see your candidness is appreciated. Zilu, withdraw the Mao. It seems we need not contend with them at the moment. Very well. It seemed that they had the very same thought about us. Now, is that sufficient proof of our intent to engage in a brief discourse? To discuss some matters with you to mark a courtly ending to this encounter should be of benefit to us, for the prospects of our future. So, ask away, as they say. So, that's when Jiashi Shun stepped forward after having retreated from the domineering presence. So that's what those suspicious songs I heard in the back streets were about. It's about you guys, wasn't it? So, are those lyrics true? Ah, so that is what you wish to know. Zishun of the Jia family, it is said you possess talent in rhetoric, yet walk a path beclouded by concern and anxiety. Truly your insignificance precludes your part in greatness. Wait, don't speak for me. I would have been the first to say anything if I had thought she wrong. Yes, my lady. Shi Yuha, you're the one who sent him after us, right? Close, yet not exact. He was an agent of the Shi family, sent to spy on my lord's doings. We had bestowed him control of a Heisho pack, for we had found his conduct shallow, and saw a means of learning more of the Shi family's machinations. Yet it seems that once granted power, the boy mistook himself for a man with the wherewithal to represent the Shi family. So you used him, just as he sought to use us. Though he was quite shallow in his strategy compared to our own. So what now? I don't think you're looking to kill us, right? Now nothing. Do whatever it was that you had sought to accomplish here. You're letting two of your master's rivals go just like that? What a strange thing to say. Look around as I might. I fail to see any rivals here. Then, why did you order Yihua to attack us? You said it yourself, we're not even your rivals. The manager inquires why you commanded Yihua to carry out this assault against Limbus Company. They fear, yet they seek to gain understanding through that fear. Yet, they remain wanting in certain perspicacity. My lord has always said that if one learns naught from a plight, there's no discourse with them shall bear fruit. Instead of giving me a straight answer, Zigong left me with only a puzzling comment before she brushed past us. I have given you courtesy enough, yet this is a good time for us to depart. Now, do stay nicely within your borders, as you remain there thus far. I would greatly despise an old splash of ink marring the great painting. With that, Zigong walked into the shadows cast beneath the forest of buildings. Zilu and the countless Heisho that surrounded us also disappeared with them. Either they're going to raise the level cap by 10, or we're going to have a really nasty time when we face those guys a second time. Also, I did say that I didn't feel like Rupture was going to be a commonplace effect, but no, it looks like it is actually going to hurt. We're going to be dealing with enemies with Rupture and unbreakable counter skills and all that nonsense, and oh boy, I hate it already. Finally. I looked around just in time to see Utis collapse, while the rest of the sinners lay dead or barely clinging to life. There was Jia Shishun, who had collapsed to the floor as well, and Wei, who was tending to her wounds. And me, who somehow survived through all that without getting decapitated. And the night that put us through multiple brushes with death came to an end. The day breaks. Yeah, and that's pretty much everything that's happened. That big brother Q, I see. Once the day broke, we decided to take a quick walk outside to recover a little from the exhaustion of the night. It was also to decide our course of action from here on. We also had to decide if we wanted to travel with the Ye Shun, with whom we shared our destination. Hello? Did you forget how to make a concerned face or something? How are you maintaining that irritating poker face through the whole conversation? No, of course not. Oh! I get it now. The thing that killed Gregor, it was K-Core Hong Lu. He got 4 of the K-Core ampules, and that killed him. Duh. I wasn't very careful with gluttony resonance. Oh well. Classic Xia family secrecy, huh? Always hiding something. And I bet you are too. If you are, you better spit it out now. I don't have the time to casually stroll about with my to-be enemy. Shishun, as I have always said, the seat of the family hierarchy is of no. Fine. Even if you're lying, I do know that you haven't prepared anything for your assignment anyway. Changing the subject. Jia Zishun, who was chatting with Honglu, methodically slowed down enough to walk right next to me as though she was executing steps of a plan. You lead my brother's faction, don't you? About what I wanted to talk to you about earlier. I guess I do, for now, I guess. Earlier? Oh, this is about our conversation back at the Kazan. Brother, translations, please? Of course, Dante is unquestionably our manager. Great, let me make a proposal then. Become my faction for the duration of the family hierarchy evaluations. Help me out. What? It's, can we do that? Can we do that? Why not? You guys managed to stall even the sweepers. That means you command a formidable enough force. Besides, you're headed to the family mansion anyway, aren't you? You just don't know what to do once you get there. And as for competition, well, my brother doesn't care about the whole thing anyway. So why don't you join me? Help me become the family hierarch. I'm not like our other older siblings. I always pay my debts, whether that's for a favor or for a grudge. If you can't trust me, I'm happy to make a written... Can we do that forced? Force deems Jia Shishun's plan, for explanation of it, at least, rather flawless. Having such an ally at the apex of a wing will be a great boon to Limbus Company as well. I guess so. Then I don't see any reason to refuse her offer. Honglu, who's been listening in on our conversation, boiled the discussion down to a clearer explanation and relayed it to Jia Shishun. Perfect. It's said that formation of such alliances should come with a grand banquet to mark the occasion and cement the upcoming coalition. The banquet's on me. Once we get closer to the central zone, let's find a nice Kazan to discuss our future ventures together. You're Dante, right? Let's make this thing work? Let's. I was still bewildered by the turn of events, but Jia Shishun reached out for a handshake with such earnestness, I found myself almost drawn to shake her hand in return. Now that I think about it, this is the first time we ever made ourselves an ally that wasn't specifically selected by the company, huh? Well, if that's the case, I really hope we have at least one ally who doesn't meet a terrible end. After the banquet, we walked out of the Kazan to find Mephistopheles waiting for us in the middle of the road. Well, man, never thought about it, but now it's just standing like this in the middle of the street. It really stands out, doesn't it? Is this your usual ride? Glad to see you're all safe. Sword and Pilot walked out from inside the bus. So, did you guys take care of the business? I have some more pressing things to talk about. Listen well, do you have any idea how much trouble your subordinate's little connection... Yes, Miss Forst already gave me a report. Pilot? Yeah, ma'am? By the way, he's awkwardly stepping forward. He probably already got a hell of a talking to from Sword. Real mighty sorry about that, y'all. I've only ever been a part of eradication missions, never in this espionage business, so... Pilot, what did I say about mixing excuses into an apology? Forget what I said. Real mighty sorry for real. This King Tao guy approached me and sweet-talked me into going along with that plan of his. So I got too cocky, assuming that I knew better than my seniors. I'm sorry too. I forgot that he's still a new guy in the business. Of course he'd be prone to making these mistakes. Looks like we'll both be writing letters to explain our failure together, huh? You're both getting disciplined for this? The disciplinary action is unlikely to be anything of significance. The LCB team came out unscathed, all things considered. However, it is likely they may have to work for half a year without pay. I consider it a win if that's all we're getting. Next time, I do promise. Next time, I'm gonna get real good at this job. I'm gonna become someone who can actually provide good assistance to you all. Of course, Pilot, you really should. In fact, you'll have no choice but to become a contributing member of the team when I'm done with you. Let's really get to it, huh? No one's dying or getting fired under my watch so long as I'm their manager. I'll make sure of that. Yeah. Oh, right. I almost forgot to tell you, Sword. It's real important business stuff. Going forward, we're gonna... Oh, yeah, I was going to bring that up sooner or later. We just got the orders from the LCA. Sword produced a small device from her pockets and began reading from it. Upon arrival at Central Zone of H-Core, the LCB will participate in the family hierarchy evaluation with a candidate. We were going to anyway. Now this bus team faction is going to be like... The LCB will present the following sinner as their chosen candidate. Oh dear. We just made an enemy out of someone we literally just made into an ally, Sinner number 6, Honglu. What? What? You can't do that. What the hell? You, all of you, I'm gonna make you throw up everything you just ate, you assholes! Great. Well, my extremely unpleasant reaction to the Heisho pack aside, this wasn't too bad. But I hope they aren't going to do more gimmicky, high-level fights like that because... Anyhow, since we've shown off Utis, I don't think there's going to be any reason to... there won't be any future calls to... there won't be any future releases, so I guess, unless there's a really cool new ID/Ego released, next time we see will be in the next Kanto. Until then guys, take care, I'll see you all around.